In part 4 we looked at creating a very simple flight plan in the FMC and then flying that route with it connected to the autopilot. In this video we're going to do a very similar flight, but we're going to fly when the conditions are very much poorer and visibility is drastically reduced. So we're going to have to rely entirely on the instruments. Okay, in this video we're going to use the navigation system again, connecting the autopilot to the FMC, but I have set weather so that for most of the route we won't be able to see the ground. We'll have no ground references at all, and we will have to use the mapping system of the FMC. I'm presently at Cardiff on runway 12, heading 120. I've set my takeoff cruise out speed at 240, 11,000 feet altitude.
On runway
and I've fueled the aircraft and I'm ready for takeoff. If I first of all check my FMC,
on runway,
I can check the route that I have
on
set.
runway,
EGFF Cardiff to BDN, Boscombe Down, to ODH Odiham, to MID Midhurst, to EGKK Gatwick. So this is going to be a flight from Cardiff to London Gatwick. I have also input the ILS frequency of 110.90 and a course of 080 for Gatwick, runway 8 right. This is a late evening flight, so I have put the dashboard lighting on. So we're now ready for takeoff. Final check on my route, EGFF to BDN, to ODH, to MID, to EGKK. Again, altering the range of that, I will see more or less as I require. Okay, I'm now ready for takeoff. I've reset my main display to ARC. This is my present heading. This is the direction that I need to turn to head for my first waypoint.
On runway 12, on runway 12.
Throttles to FLX, release brakes. Knots. 120. 140. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Into the cloud. Set autopilot 1 to on. Set my rate of climb. Knots. Flaps reduced. Lever back to climb position. Passing through 2,500 feet. I want to turn to this heading. I'm going to use the link to the FMC follow the latitude and lateral guidance. Aircraft is now turning to follow the required heading to this green line. 3,500 feet. Autopilot is now making a correction. Once it is intercept my routing line, it will turn slightly to the right to pick up this green line once again. 4,400 feet. I forgot to check the speed button here, so I'm actually travelling far too fast. I'm doing 320 knots at the moment. I'm going to reduce this to 240. Just breaking through the cloud now. External view, just breaking through the dense cloud that was sitting over top. We're about 6 miles from our first waypoint, BDM. The aircraft will shortly turn slightly to the left. I had climbed through the initial 11,000 feet. I'm now descending back to 11,000 feet. Presently at 18,000 feet, but descending. Now reaching BDN, the aircraft will shortly turn to the left. Head for ODH.
You're 10 miles from down, be cleared ILS, only 19 left approach.
We're beginning a slow left turn to ODH. I'm going to now reduce my speed to 220. I'm going to put in a new altitude of 6,000 feet.
Contact Delta Tower 134.42.
Set a rate of descent of 1,800 feet a minute. And the aircraft is now descending.
Meter 5017, still approach, roger, runway 19.
Course towards ODH. I have 22.5 miles to go. I'm going to reduce my speed slightly to 10. Bring my required altitude down to 5,000.
They're 260 off, Juliet, approach, roger. Golf altimeter 2986.
2,000 feet.
Excellent, 645, maintain 180 knots or greater to Domsey and contact Delta Tower 120.1. Okay, 180 to Domsey and Tower 120.19.
Patchy cloud ahead of us. We're now watching the next waypoint, which is 17 miles away from you. I have 10 miles to run now to my next waypoint. Still with patchy cloud, very few things on the ground to help me. I now have 5 miles to run to
Number 260 Alpha Juliet, we park.
which is here. At that point, the aircraft will turn right, head towards MID. I'm still descending, now in cloud. I now have no visual reference ahead of me.
Meter 4833, don't approach, runway 19.
Now I have to rely on my pre-planned route.
Meter 5017,
Trust the autopilot and FMC to give me guidance.
Meter 5017, reduce speed to 200. Going back to meter there, Number 0 Alpha Juliet, we're going to maintain 3,000. We go all the way to 2,000 feet.
Half a mile
Number 0
to
Alpha
go.
Juliet.
The aircraft should then turn to the right. You can see the aircraft now turning, but as I have no visual reference, it's extremely difficult. I am relying now totally on this instrument. Passing now through 6,500 feet, descending to 5,000. I'm going to reduce that even further now to 3,000. Still maintaining a descent at the moment of 2,000 feet. My speed reduced to 210. Now in dense cloud, nothing to see but my instrumentation. If I look at the external view, I can only see the aircraft in dense cloud. I now have 9 miles to run to MID. MID is very close to UGKK, my destination. As I approach here, I am going to select my ILS data. I'm now at 3,000 feet. I'm going to descend to 2,000 feet, ready for my approach. I'm a little bit far from the airport to actually do this in reality, but I want to give myself plenty of time to sort things out. At 1,200 feet per minute, I'm going to reduce my speed to 175.
Yeah, we can expect it. We're going to follow traffic about 18 miles out.
I'm now close to Midhurst, and it will turn again towards EGKK. I'm now going to switch to the LS mode and LS mode here, so that I can follow my ILS bars. I have 1 mile to go to Midhurst. The aircraft is now beginning to turn. I'm going to select LS. LS, here are my ILS bars now. Here is my glide slope. I now need to track this. I'm going to reduce my speed to 165 and put flaps 1. I cannot see the airport. I have no visual reference, but I do now know that I have intercepted the ILS. I can now select the localizer button. This is the localizer beam for the airport. Select the localizer. Watch the bars. The display here is confirming that localizer has been set. I am descending 2,000 feet. I'm now at 2,000 feet. 165 knots. with no visual reference, I have to trust entirely on these instruments that are telling me that I am correct. This confirms that I have set the ILS for 110.90, course of 080, which is the landing heading for runway 08. External view of the aircraft. I can barely make out the ground at this point. Localizer has now been intercepted. Aircraft is beginning to turn. Glide slope has now been intercepted. I can now select approach because I know both the glide slope and the localizer have been intercepted. Reduce my speed to 150. Gear is down. Reduce my speed 145. Flaps 3. Confirm I am on the localizer center line. I am on the glide slope center line. Very little in front of me to confirm visually, though I can just begin to see the ground. I should now shortly see the runway, but visibility has been set very well. Here is the runway, ready for landing. Flaps full. To speed 143. Listen for the autopilot caller. Follow the instructions. Engines to idle and reverse thrust. Runway lights ahead of me. On track for centerline landing.
Approaching 08 right.
Confirmation that I'm on 08 right.
Retard.
Touchdown. Reverse thrust. Monitor my speed. 100 knots. Replay shows the aircraft on its final approach. Runway 081. a successful flight using the FMC and Autopilot in very poor visibility conditions.